Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This is a long overdue video. I bought the Olympus OM2n SLR film camera back in December of last year, which I've talked about, and obviously you've seen results from other videos. However, my first roll I shot in that camera was the Fuji Superia Xtra 400. And obviously, like, just getting back into film after not really getting into anything other than automatic my whole life, it has been like a bit of a learning curve. But I wanted to make a video about that first roll. It took me nearly 6 months to get the roll finished and then developed, so I don't have it back too long, maybe about a month or two. No, probably about a month. And yeah, so the first two shots are just gum because, like, that's when you're like winding and stuff like that. But yeah, got my coffee, let's get into it. So the first shot, very much underexposed. It's just a sunrise out my back step. Loved the colors and the clouds of what it looked like, but because it was underexposed, it's a little bit muddy. Obviously now I know that you have to pretty much overexpose film, which just goes against everything I've ever learned about digital, but I'm kind of like learning now through like other people and from like mistakes and stuff. But yeah, next shot, ooh, this is back in winter, so winter never really hit till the end of January, so now I know like a kind of timeline. This is just one of the shots in my neighborhood. Obviously, like, the recycling boxes, it was garbage day, so that kind of takes away from it a little bit. Well, maybe not. It's just kind of like a scene, like, in the day. Like, the snow was very blustery, and I just wanted to kind of capture that. And, yeah, I mean, obviously, this is a tough one because snow is super bright, and everything else is kind of, like, muddy, kind of not correctly exposed. But, I don't know, I kind of like the faded vibe of it a little bit. Next one is the same, it's just kind of like a different angle. You can really see like that guy trying to cross the street there, like the snow blowing, like that kind of gives you an idea of like what the vibe was like on the street. Like, I'm not a fan of winter, but I do like taking pictures in it. And then this was another day, still winter, but low sun, so this probably looks about like 3:30 in the afternoon kind of thing. And this one is quite nice. I mean, the colors aren't like true, but I still really like it. Nice sharp image. You can really see the sun reflecting off the houses there. It's a nice little shot. Next one is the same, although you can see the shadow from the house behind me. It's still quite nice. Little kind of like snowy neighborhood, you know. I like that vibe. Now this one I remember. Okay, I think I'm getting my timeline a little bit messed up. Those snow, I think we got a freak snow in December. This shot here, this one's from December. This one's December 27th. I remember that specifically because like we hadn't seen the sun in such a long time. And then finally we had like this beautiful, amazing sunset, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta take that. That's from my back step. There's trees in other people's yards. The colors were just spectacular. Obviously, like, I would have preferred if I had been out a little bit further, not to get the side of the house there. You can see the top little triangle, and it is like underexposed, but I think I purposely did that thinking I really want to get these colors to be popping. But you know, if I had overexposed it, the colors probably still would have been popping, and then I would have had like maybe a better shot. But yeah, I like the silhouette nonetheless. And again, turning around to the side, you can see the moon. Nice little vertical shot. I like this one, even though the shadows are like really muddy and stuff. I would have preferred if like the silhouettes were like black rather than like muddy, trying to like gather data. But that's me kind of like trying to play with like light metering, because at the time the battery was dead in the camera, so I couldn't use the metering in camera. And then I think I was using an app, and then my lack of knowledge about film. Next shot, again, another late afternoon, but this time there's no snow. So like we had like a really weird winter where like half of the winter we had no snow, and it was like bizarre. But it's a nice little shot, you know. It's underexposed, but I still like it. It's the highlights are still there and nothing's really blown out. As you can see, I wasn't really going too far from home. I think I was kind of scared when I started shooting with film, because I was like, oh man, I can't mess this up, because like, you know, you only get one shot, but you have to like learn to relax. It's like not the end of the world if you don't get the shot. You can just load another roll of film, and I know it's money, like, because film is not cheap. You know, depending on what film stock you're using, you're running like 15 to 25 bucks a roll, and then you've got to pay 20 for development, right? But it's all part of the fun and learning process. All right, so this shot, you already know that I absolutely love sunsets and sunrises, but I love when the sun shines through trees and you get that lovely starburst effect if you're shooting like, you know, f8 or higher. And this is still like beautiful colors. It kind of captures like the way that it looked, apart from the sky looking a little bit blown out, but it could have been like that's the way it was, you know. But I like that. You can just see a little bit of grapple on top of the shed of my neighbor's yard there. It's kind of cool. So this is again still wintertime. And here's another shot. I think I probably played with the apertures a little. I didn't write them down, so I mean, I'm assuming maybe the first one might have been f8, and then I don't know about the next one. I might have tried like f11, or maybe I would have gone down even. Who knows? Here's another afternoon shot. I took so many on the street, like, again, like late afternoon. I don't know what it is, but the sky looks really nice in this one with the soft clouds and that. And there's, welcome back, snow. Like, it's kind of funny, this roll. Next one. Oh, this one's beautiful. I love this one. This one's down at the end of the street, like near the ravine. So not really the ravine, but VA Berry Park, where the lookout over the disc golf course, yeah. But the snow, I love the snow on that bush, the way it like kind of sits. It's just, the sunset is so pretty. I don't really like the edge of the roof sticking out there on the side, but it's really hard when you're framing because you're not quite sure like what's going to be in the frame and not. So I would have liked to have centered the sun a little bit more, but I was still kind of nervous. These are like the first shots. And then next shot, you have that view that I always take over VA Berry Park. This one's beautiful. The evening light, the way it goes across the trees, and I love it so much. And those cute little trees down in the middle on the ground there. This is really beautiful in my opinion. Next one is like super underexposed, but the sun is kind of nice creeping through the tree there. It's quite bright and orange, but yeah, this would have been a lot nicer if I had have exposed it a little bit higher. And then this one's nice. This one looks really, this one's a nice exposure. Like, this is the courthouse, the back of the courthouse up. I just like the way like the sidewalk kind of curves around, and then you have like the courthouse in the middle of the back there along these old houses. It's just such a beautiful neighborhood, and when you have that beautiful golden light of like that hour before sunset in the winter when it's really low, it can just give you such a nice warm feeling despite it being like super cold. And then this one, next one. Oh, I love this. Obviously, I would have preferred if the sun was centered. But I love the glow, the warm glow through the trees, and you can still see the snow. It doesn't matter to me, but obviously the exposure is off, but I still really, really like it. And then now, this next shot is actually what I'm looking at now, although it's not winter like it was here and it's not sunset. Where I'm parked right now, that's what I look at through my windshield. There's like a baseball field. There's a couple of baseball fields. It's called Emsley Field, I think it is. The St. Thomas Cardinals play there, but it's right at the edge of Pinafore Park. I love coming here. It's like one of my favorite spots. But yeah, there's nothing too spectacular. I really like the scene, but it's kind of washed out. You kind of like lose details. The sun just looks meh. I think I was expecting like a really nice sunset and I didn't get one, but I took the shot anyway. The sky kind of got a little bit nicer for the next one. I was walking through, there's a forest down that way, Well, kind of, it's a small like Carolinian forest. I've been through there many times, and I just like the way like the sunset was glowing, like the, well, post sunset glow, it was glowing through the trees, and because of the snow it brightened it up and it looks kind of nice, although like you've got like murky shadows. Next one, more of the same, just a vertical shot. I don't know, there's like this mad color band across the top, probably some light leak from the film, I think. Oh yeah, okay, I'm probably getting, maybe I'm getting near the end of the film, I'm not sure, but I know that I had a problem with loading the film, and then at the end the film tore, so I lost a shot from the film being ripped, but that probably introduced some light leaks when I was checking it. So I kind of like light leaks in general. This one's not too nice because it's like a purple band across the top, but anyway, the next shot, you can still see there's a little purple band, but it doesn't like completely ruin the shot. And I really like this like composition. I like the sun glow, the colors aren't too bad, the nice little shadows. I really like, I took a digital of this scene as well, so it's quite pretty. Next shot, you still have that purple band. A couple of birch trees by Lake Margaret. The shadows look like green. I kind of like, I don't really like this picture at all, but I like the composition. I don't like the colors or the shadows or the banding. Now this shot's near the end of the roll of film, because I remember this one. This one was like April or even the beginning of May even. It was like a nice mild evening. The sky was like magnificent. It was just fantastic. You can still see a mild purple banding on the side, but I love the colors, and I love even the way that the sun reflects off the windows in the houses. It's just super, super pretty. And again, there's a vertical shot. I'm not sure which I like better. They're both kind of nice. And then this last shot here, well, it's not last shot, but near the end of the roll, I remember now. Spring is here now. This is a magnolia tree, and I really like the way the sun was coming through the tree. Obviously, this is a repetitive theme with me. Colors are pop, and like the grass and the pink of the magnolia tree is quite nice, despite like the sun being directly at the camera. You got that little light flare there from the sun. It's nice. I like it. Next one, not so much. I think I kind of repositioned myself, or maybe I went back out when the sun was at a different position. Yeah, I think it's more towards like later in the morning. I don't really like this one as much. And then, oh, some close-up shots of the magnolia blooms, or the blossoms, whatever you want to call them. They're so pretty, and I really like the pastel look of this here. So composition's a little bit off, but the wind blows, you're trying to capture something and the wind's blowing the blossoms around. It's kind of annoying trying to capture them, but it's still pretty. And again, this one's really pretty as well. I like this next one. And then, oh, this one, even though there's light leaks on it, it's probably like one of my favorite shots, like of the cherry blossoms. We have this like cherry blossom park over on the other side of St. Thomas, and it's like you get like a week or two where like all the cherry blossoms come out, and they're all white, but they're super pretty. And so I love the colors, I love the sharpness of the flowers, I love the light leak. It's just beautiful. Next shot as well, I just love it. And then this next one, this one's super weird, but I understand why it happened with the light leaks. Kind of ruined it, but yeah, it still looks interesting. And then finally, the very last shot, which was like half a frame really, which with light leaks and that. I still love it. Look how sharp the blossoms are, and then the faded like apartment in the background, the light leaks. It's like, it's a totally messed up shot, but I absolutely love it. It's super cool. So as you can see, as I progress through the roll, I get like a little bit better each time. So that was my first roll. My second roll I put in was Kodak Xtra 100, and I'll do another video of that. I mean, you've probably seen some of the shots from that roll on my Dresden video, but yeah. So first, Fuji Superia 400. Extra, I should say. It's quite nice. I'll try it again because I do have another roll or two of it in the fridge, but I'm currently on a roll of Cinestill 400D, so that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can let me know which picture is your favorite of my very first roll of getting back into film. That was full manual, not like my Canon Sprint, like it's just a point and shoot. Like I've gone through several rolls of that, like in the same time frame I took to finish one roll in the Olympus. But yeah, so thanks a million for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next vid.